I made one small waxing mistake, and my skin didn't forgive me for weeks. This is one mistake that millions of people make, especially when they're waxing at home. It doesn't matter if you're in Nairobi, Lagos, London, or New York. This mistake looks completely harmless, until it isn't, and the worst part. I didn't even feel the damage until days later. Today, we're talking about the waxing mistakes that can take weeks, or even months, to heal. Let's get into it. First up, waxing dry, dehydrated skin. This is a big one. Think about it, dry skin plus hot wax equals skin trauma. When your skin is dehydrated, it's already fragile and tears much more easily. This is super common in dry climates like Nairobi or Johannesburg, where the air just pulls moisture from your skin. Your natural moisture barrier is already compromised, so when you apply and pull off wax, you're not just removing hair, you're taking a layer of skin with it. This leads to intense redness that can last for days, not hours. And because the skin is already stressed, the healing process slows down dramatically. What should have been a quick wax session turns into a week-long recovery. Next, waxing right after a hot shower. We've all heard that heat opens up your pores, making hair removal easier. But when it comes to waxing, it's not in a good way. A hot shower makes your skin overly sensitive and soft. The wax then doesn't just stick to your hair, it sticks to your live skin cells. This significantly increases your risk of skin lifting and even burns. It's a common mistake people make before an evening event, thinking they're prepping their skin, but the pain is often delayed and surprisingly intense. A few hours later, you're left wondering why your skin feels so raw and tender. Let's talk about the temperature of the wax itself. The rule is simple: if it feels very warm, it's already too hot. Using wax that's too hot can cause mild but painful burns that leave your skin red for weeks. This is especially common with at-home waxing kits where temperature control is tricky. People often mistake the resulting redness and irritation for a simple rash, but it's actually a burn. For those with deeper skin tones, these burns can lead to post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, leaving dark marks that take months to fade. Always test the wax on your inner wrist first. It should feel comfortably warm, not hot. Here's a mistake I've made myself: waxing over the same area twice. You pull once, and a few stubborn hairs remain. Your first instinct is to go over it again. Don't. That first pull was enough. The second one is what causes the real damage. The first strip removes the hair and the very top layer of dead skin cells. The second strip has nothing left to grab but your live, protective skin layers. This leads to skin lifting, scabbing, and a painful recovery that can take 2 to 4 weeks. In some cases, it can even cause permanent discoloration or scarring. It's just not worth it for a few stray hairs. The direction you pull the wax strip matters more than how hard you pull it. The angle is everything. You should always pull the strip parallel to your skin, not straight up and away from it. Pulling upward creates a lifting motion that damages the skin's surface and can cause significant bruising, especially in delicate areas. It also breaks the hair instead of pulling it from the root, which dramatically increases the chances of painful ingrown hairs. This is a classic beginner mistake. When the skin is damaged this way, it heals unevenly and can look patchy and irritated for a long time. Planning a trip. Avoid waxing right before you travel. Airplanes and freshly waxed skin are a recipe for irritation. The recycled cabin air is incredibly drying, which is the last thing your vulnerable skin needs. Plus, sitting in a tight seat for hours creates friction and traps sweat, which worsens inflammation and can lead to breakouts. People often do this as part of their holiday prep, but it can backfire spectacularly. Any irritation you have is amplified, and the healing time can easily double, leaving you uncomfortable for the first few days of your vacation. Let's get hormonal. Your skin feels pain differently on certain days of the month, and waxing during these times can be a nightmare. During your cycle, especially in the days leading up to your period, hormonal changes make your skin extra sensitive. Your pain threshold is naturally lower, so a wax that's normally tolerable can feel incredibly painful. The resulting redness lasts much longer, and you're far more likely to bruise. If you can, try to schedule your waxing appointments for the week after your period, when your skin is at its calmest. This next one is non-negotiable: doing a patch test. Your skin needs a warning first. Allergic reactions to wax ingredients often don't appear immediately. You could finish your whole wax session feeling fine, only to wake up the next day with red, swollen, and intensely itchy skin that can last for weeks. This is particularly common when you try a new wax brand or formula. Once an allergic reaction is triggered, it can spread quickly and be very difficult to calm down. A simple 24-hour patch test on a small, discrete area can save you weeks of misery. What about those pesky, ingrown hairs? It's tempting to think you can just wax them away, but wax doesn't fix ingrowns, it traps them. Waxing over an area with ingrown hairs often breaks the hair at the surface, causing it to curl even deeper under the skin. This leads to more inflammation and painful, infected bumps that look like acne. This is especially common in the bikini area. Trying to wax them out only worsens the problem and leads to a very slow, painful healing process that might require a visit to a dermatologist. This might sound obvious, but you'd be surprised how many people forget this step. Not cleaning your skin before waxing. Dirt, oil and sweat on your skin can turn wax into a sticky, bacteria-filled glue. When you pull the wax off, you open up your hair follicles, creating tiny entry points for all that bacteria. This can lead to folliculitis, a common infection of the hair follicles that looks like a field of small, red pimples. These breakouts usually appear a few days after waxing and can take weeks to clear up completely. Always use a gentle, pre-wax cleanser. Did you know that wax expires? Using old or contaminated wax is a risk your skin will know about, even if you don't. Bacteria can grow silently in a pot of old wax, especially if it's been double-dipped or stored improperly at home. You might not see or smell anything wrong, but applying that wax can cause mysterious rashes, bumps, and infections that appear days later. The damage from contaminated wax can be significant and hard to trace back to the source, leaving you with irritated skin that takes a long time to heal. More is not better. Waxing too frequently means your skin is in a constant state of inflammation and never gets the chance to fully heal. This is a common mistake people make when they have an important event and want perfectly smooth skin. They might wax an area, then touch it up a week later. This leads to thinning, weakened skin that becomes chronically sensitive. Over time, you can develop long-term sensitivity and find that your skin reacts poorly to things it used to tolerate just fine. Give your skin at least 3 to 4 weeks to recover between sessions. The job isn't done when the hair is gone. Ignoring aftercare is a huge mistake. After waxing, your skin is raw, and your pores are open for hours. It's vulnerable. You need to apply calming, soothing products that are free of fragrance and alcohol. Things like aloe vera or a gentle, post-wax oil can help reduce redness and prevent irritation. If you immediately go work out or run errands, sweat and friction will only worsen the damage and significantly delay healing. This is a common mistake people make globally, from Lagos to London. What you wear after waxing matters. Friction is your skin's #1 enemy. Wearing tight clothes like skinny jeans or leggings right after a wax traps heat and sweat against your vulnerable skin. This combination of moisture and friction is a major cause of ingrown hairs and post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, those stubborn dark marks that can take months to fade. This is a particular issue in hot, humid climates. Opt for loose, breathable fabrics like cotton for at least 24 to 48 hours to let your skin breathe and heal. Let's talk about exfoliation. The advice can be confusing. Yes, you should exfoliate to prevent ingrown hairs, but timing is critical. Exfoliating too soon after waxing can do more harm than good. Your skin barrier is still broken, and rubbing it with a scrub or chemical exfoliant can create micro-tears, leading to stinging, burning, and prolonged redness. That post-wax glow you wanted turns into a red, angry mess. Wait at least 48 to 72 hours before you even think about exfoliating. Your skin can't be rushed. Here's one for my friends in sunny places. Waxing sun-exposed skin. Sun plus fresh wax equals a pigmentation nightmare. Waxing skin that's recently been in the sun, even if it's not visibly sunburned, is a huge risk. The UV exposure has already made your skin sensitive and inflamed. Waxing it then dramatically increases the risk of developing dark spots. This hyperpigmentation can take months, sometimes even years, to fade. It's a completely preventable mistake. Stay out of the sun for a few days before and after your wax. If your skin is already irritated for any reason, maybe from a new skincare product, a rash, or an existing breakout, it needs rest, not wax. Waxing over already irritated skin just multiplies the problem. The existing inflammation gets worse, and the healing process essentially resets to zero. This often gets ignored when people are on a strict waxing schedule, but it can lead to severe reactions, long-lasting pain, and even scarring. Listen to your skin. If it's telling you it's sensitive, postpone your appointment. Finally, what you put on your skin immediately after waxing is crucial. Using alcohol-based products is like pouring salt on a wound you didn't even know you had. Things like rubbing alcohol or fragranced lotions with high alcohol content will burn freshly waxed skin, strip it of its natural moisture, and cause it to peel. This is a common antiseptic mistake people make, thinking they're cleaning the area. In reality, they're just causing more irritation, itching, and delaying the healing process. Stick to gentle alcohol-free soothers, and that's it. These are some of the most common waxing mistakes that can turn a simple beauty routine into a long, painful recovery. I hope this helps you avoid them in the future. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more tips. See you next time.